Hi everyone, good evening guys. Welcome to day 2 of our mobile video editing and content creation beginners class. I'm so excited to have us all in class. Thank you for joining. Those that joined yesterday, welcome back. Those that are just joining us today for the first time, also welcome back. Great to have you here. So I'll go right into it. So a quick recap of yesterday's class. We spoke about how content creation is a communication of value, right? What are you giving? What are you bringing to the table? It's not just about you expecting people to engage with your content. The question is, what are you giving to them? Is it worth engaging in? So we spoke about something like that in yesterday's class. We also said, ask yourself, why do I want to create content? Am I creating content out of pressure? Am I creating content because it is popular? Or am I creating because I have a passion for it and I have every single passion, so that when things are not going as it should be, when I'm not getting the engagements I want to get, I still stay consistent and I do not feel discouraged and I do not give up. So you ask yourself, why do I want to create content? Also, we spoke about how you do not need the best gadgets to start. It's okay to start where you are, right? It's okay to start scared. It's okay to start unsure, but start anyways. Start anyways. So as I said already, what are you bringing to the table? Values first, views later. You focus on the values you're bringing first before the views. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to be asking ourselves, what makes great content, right? Choosing your niche, generating content ideas, scripting and storytelling basics, filming tips, confidence, angles, lightning, then an assignment for tomorrow's session. So the first thing we're going to ask is, what makes good content? What is the heart of good content? What is the HEART of good content? So the following are the heart of good content. Good content keeps showing off even when it is not perfect. That is the truth. Even when it is not the best, you still show up regardless. That is what good content is. I know a lot of people were expecting me to say good content is when you use the best of gadgets, when you use the most expensive gadgets, when your camera is very clear, when you have the perfect angles. But no, that's not true. Good content is basically when you keep showing up, even when what you're doing is not 100% perfect, right? Good content doesn't just speak, it resonates. What does this mean? It means good after a person has watched your content, after they spent whatever minutes they have spent on your content, it still resonates with them. It's left them feeling different than they met it. You get? So that is basically what it means, that good content doesn't just speak, it resonates. Good content talks with its audience, not at them. That is very true. Whenever you are speaking to the camera, make sure you are speaking with your audience, like a communication, like a two-way communication, and not like you're talking at them, like you're just mumbling things, right? You are speaking with your audience and not at them. Good content creates from a place of purpose, not pressure. Exactly what I said. When you ask yourself, why am I creating content? You should ask yourself if it is from a place of purpose. If you're doing this because you have the passion for it and you have a much more deeper purpose to creating content, and not because you're seeing people having millions of views or likes on TikTok or Instagram and you want to be like them. No, you don't have to pressure yourself, because it will test you. It will most definitely test you. And for the only way you can what's the word the only way you can surmount all of this pressure is if you are creating from a place of purpose and not from pressure. So good content has hearts. Good content has HERT, heart. And when your content has heart, your audience gives theirs. What does this mean? What your good content have, like when you create good content that has heart, when we talk about heart, we talk about a central position, a central piece, like the heart pumps blood, so it's literally the main generator that generates blood for the body. So when you give your most important vital part of you to your audience, they will give you back theirs. So when you give your audience the heart of good content, they will give you their own heart, which means they will engage, they will, that's basically, they will engage and it will resonate with them, they will love it, and they will come back again. So now, what then is the HEART of good content? What then is the heart of good content? The heart of good content is as follows. H, human. Be human. Be relatable. Speak like a person, not like a brand. When I mean human, I mean, if you've noticed, when maybe someone that has like a let's say a jewelry brand, for instance, and maybe the person is posting the jewelry, snapping pictures of the jewelry and posting. it does not have as much engagement as when the person wears the jewelry and uses his or herself to market that thing. So when you involve yourself into it, you bring humanity into it, right? It is the heart of good content. That is good content. It has more engagement. So E stands for engaging, right? Good content is engaging. You are able to grab the attention of your viewers very early, within the first 3 seconds. You hold it with emotion or story. That is engaging. When your post is engaging, you can call it good content. A stands for authentic. That means you're staying true to your message. You're being yourself. You're not copying other people. It is very okay to draw inspiration from others, but you are not copying them. You are yourself. You are doing what you can do, but in a good way, in a better way. So when you draw inspiration from others, it's helping you to be a better version of yourself. But you are authentic. You're true to your message, and you're sounding like yourself. R is relevant. Relevant. It means creating content that meets real needs or interests. That is a content that gives value. What does this mean? Your content is not just, it's not pointless. It has something to give. It has real value. That is what R is. Then T is for transformative. Your content leaves your audience better than you met them. That means after I spend my 40 seconds or my 1 minute, 30 seconds watching your video, I want to leave that place better than I watched the content. That is what we mean by transformative. Your content is transformative. Now, choosing your niche, find your focus. What is a niche anyways, right? A niche is not just what you love. It is where your passion meets people's problems. What is a niche? A niche is basically that point focus, that area, that specialized area where you create content around. As it says here, think of it as a specific space where your content shines and serves. That's basically what a niche is, right? Your niche is your lane. It is the main theme of your content, or is the main theme that your content revolves around, as I said. In your niche, your voice is useful, consistent, and distinct. Very true. So now there's a formula that determines a person's niche. Passion plus skills plus the audience needs is equal your niche, right? So you must have passion for whatever it is you're doing. Number 2, you must have the skill sets to bring that passion to life. Then number 3, you watch your audience and see that, okay, this is what my audience needs, and you make it into your niche. For instance, if you have a lot of freshmen on your content list, right? And maybe you have a passion for education and you have the skill set to teach, you can just, do short videos telling them maybe 10 things you should know as a freshman, 5 things you should know before you pick that course or study, something like that, right? But if you see that, you have the audience, but you do not have the passion and the skill set, that is not your niche, and that's not the right place you should be in, right? A niche gives your content direction. It makes content creation easier and more intentional. So now there's different types of niches. There's lifestyle, there's faith, there's motivation, there's health, education, fashion, beauty, creativity, etc. There are a lot of niches that you can choose from. Now, how do you choose your niche? Number 1, you ask yourself, what do I enjoy talking about? The next thing you ask yourself is, what problem can I help others solve? The next thing you ask yourself again, what comes naturally to me? Because this thing has to be natural. This thing has to be something that you do not do from a place of pressure. You do it so freely and so easily. That is your niche. But there's a clause, right? However, it is okay to keep trying different things before you find a niche. Honestly, and trust me when I say this, that you do not have to box yourself or feel guilty for exploring. For me, I am still finding my niche. I have tried faith. I have tried nursing. I have tried lifestyle. I have tried food. I have tried touring. I've tried a lot of things, and I feel like I'm still in the journey of finding my niche. So it's totally okay for you to keep on exploring different things until you see that, okay, this is something I have a passion about, and this is something I have a great skill in, and this is something my audience loves. You can now focus on that. But as you are growing, as you are starting, it is very okay to start to just explore as much as you want to. So yes, I don't know what to post ends today. Ends today. It ends today. Oh. So now, good ideas don't just appear. They are collected. You understand what I mean? So it's not as if all of a sudden, maybe the content I post, all of a sudden, bam, they just come to me and I just start shooting them. No, they are collecting over time. You get, it's just little by little. I'll explain further, I think, in the next slide. Yeah. Ideas come from what you see, feel, learn, and live, especially from what you see. Especially from what you see. When you come across maybe a reel or a TikTok that you're like, oh, I can actually recreate something like this. Just save the post, or save it. If you check my saved post on Instagram, it's either I'm saving content ideas, that maybe I've seen that someone have done that, okay, maybe I can do something like this, or I'm saving sounds, or I'm saving the captions they use. I always save posts. You get? So what is content ideas will come from what you are seeing, the kind of people you follow. That's why I said you should audit the kind of people you follow. Remember in yesterday's class I mentioned that I follow 3 categories of people, right? So it's very important for you to audit the kind of people, the people you follow, so that you are seeing things that you can always recreate and use to improve yourself. Or maybe when you see your real suggestion or your real ideas, you can always save those things, save those sounds, those funny sounds. That's one of the reasons I like TikTok more than Instagram. Because TikTok, you can easily go and search, right? Oh, I want to do something. You just search for it and you get it. But Instagram, you cannot search. That is why if you do not save some sounds or some posts on Instagram, you won't see it again. If you don't like, if you like it, you can see it in your liked videos. But if you do not like it, you won't see it again. The sound that I'm still looking for today. Like, I know the sound in my head, but I can't find that sound because I was like, oh, I'll use this sound to do a content. But I saw it on Instagram and I did not save it. I did not like it and I can't find that sound. I'm sure I'll still find it maybe as I'm watching more reels. And I tried to go and search for it on TikTok, but I don't know the title. So it's hard to find it. Ideas will come from when you are seeing other people's posts, what you see, and the things you see, the things you are living, the things you live. For instance, if I'm maybe acting out things that happen in the hospital, it's because I live those things. You get? Then I can go online and search for, nursing content. I can see that, oh, people did something like this in this way. Okay, I can carry what I experienced, what I lived in the hospital to join the idea I saw online and create my own unique one. So it comes from what you see, what you feel, what you learn, and what you live, right? When you follow those creating content similar to your niche, ideas come. That's what as I said. When you follow those creating content similar to your niche, ideas will definitely come. It is a given. That is why, as I said again, audit the kind of people you follow, right? Audit the kind of content you even relate with. Because Instagram will suggest content based on your preferences, based on the kind of things you like to watch. So for me now, if I open my page, if you just open my Instagram feed first, one of the first few videos you will see is, you probably see Posh video, you will see Anointed, you will see Salem King, you see Temilade Salami, you will see DDK, you see Bella Naija. Yes, because I liked what Bella Naija did. When I first followed them years ago, it was because of the wedding content they usually post. But now they've morphed. They've become better. They're now doing more content that is not just wedding content. And I usually like the way they do their content. I follow this girl, Diary of a Naija Girl. I like the way she does her content. In fact, it's a way she does something that she does, I think, every week. She'll say tweets that caught my attention this week. She does that. And that's a very great idea, especially for those that usually give excuses that they don't have, gadgets to use to shoot. You can just easily go to Instagram and just check for something. To Twitter and just check for nice tweets. You can start that too. Tweets that caught my attention this week. I'll still get there. Let me not talk about it here. I'll still get to that point. So you just follow people that are around your niche and create something similar to them. Save their post and try to recreate it. Not verbatim, obviously. If you do verbatim, it will not be good. But you can just add your own, uniqueness to it and create from there. So it can be roughly based on them. Save posts that you believe you can recreate in your unique way. Now, 4 reliable places to get content ideas. 4 reliable places to get content idea. Number 1, your audience. As we said, when you're finding your niche, your audience is important. Content ideas can come from their questions, struggles, and wins. I use an instance. Maybe you have a lot of freshmen as your audience, for instance. You can create content. If you also like something that you're passionate about, right? You can create content around that niche. That maybe you can create like resources, or how do I explain it? Okay, maybe during exam period, right? 5 ways I prepared for my exam when I was in part one, something like that. So around that, because they will be interested, you get, or maybe your audience is people that are yet to gain admission, maybe aspirants. You can create content around how to apply to university or something like that. You get, so stuff like that, right? Then you another place to get content idea is from your past posts. Which of my posts performed well? You ask yourself, what performed well before? You do more of that. For me, when I started, the first time I did a nursing content, right? It was long. It was like maybe 4 minutes long. I mean, something like attention span, this and that it's too long. And it did so well. It was one of my best doing content. And people like nursing content. And I did more nursing content, and it did well. You get, so my content idea came from my past content that did well. You get, so you ask yourself, what performed well before when I did that? Well, you cannot ask yourself this question if you do not start at all. So what performed well before, you do more of that. Now, another place to get a content idea is from your daily life, from conversations, from the mistakes people have made, from this and that, right? So you can your daily life, conversation, mistakes, little moments, they teach a lot, right? So from your daily life, you can generate a content idea from that. I mean, I'm going to definitely do a content surrounding, I want to mimic some things that are done on the world and make it in a little bit funny and relatable way and post it. I have that in mind, actually, but I don't think it will be this year anymore, because this year is only occupied with the content I want to do this year. You get, so those are the life I live every day when I go to the hospital for posting as a nursing student. You get, so you can generate content ideas from that. Then trends and topics. This is very, very important. Trends and topics, right? You use them, but always add your unique perspective. Now, what do I mean? That was what I said I was going to talk about when it comes to X. There was a time that girl to girl was trending. It was this, I think, Motara that started it on X, right? Girl to girl. You can easily just go through the quotes and screenshot the ones that make a lot of sense and post it on your feed as a content. That's a trend. That time that Chakam was trending, I was not posting a lot that time. Even though I've done that Chakam challenge, people jumped on it a lot and they got a lot of engagement. That is a good way to get content idea. You can do Chakam. You can do Chakam, maybe makeup edition. Chakam makeup edition. My makeup artist is the best. I will use that every year until I am 30. Chakam, before next year, you tell me, say my money don't plenty and you cannot use me again. You get something like that. That is a content idea. You get from trends. I did that. I jumped on girl to girl, but it was Christian to Christian that I did. Christian to Christian, because people were doing girl to girl, boy to boy, creator to creator. I did Christian to Christian. I posted it on my feed. You can jump on trends. There was a time that last year when Spotify Wrapped, everybody was doing their Spotify Wrapped up and down, right? I did my Spotify Wrapped too as a content idea. It was just trends I jumped on. You get that you can also do. So it is something you can definitely do. There was a time that there was this animal that was trending that time. I've forgotten the name. I actually checked the name of the animal. You can use that too as a content idea. Jump on the trend. You get, so trends are important places where you can also get content ideas. As I mentioned, Diary of a Niger Girl, right? She does tweets that caught my attention this week. That's also a trend that she's doing. That you can just go and check her page and check for how she does tweets that caught my attention this week. And do it as a content. You can do it as a content. I mean, instead of maybe you posted videos. You can just end your week by posting that in a soft way. That is a content idea. So these are the 4 reliable places that you can get content ideas, right? So I hope you will never run out of ideas after all of this that I've said, right? This is a very reliable place to get content ideas. Now, when you stay curious, ideas can randomly pop in your head. That's the truth. As I said, if this is a passion, you want to do it and you just want to think about how to do it. Now, ideas will definitely pop up in your head. The more you scroll on Instagram, the more you scroll on Twitter, the more you check TikTok, you're not sitting there, I can try this. You get, I can jump on this. So they will always come in your head because you are staying curious. Now to the big question, how then do you preserve these ideas? Now that you are having ideas, how do you keep them that you do not lose them? Because I know some of us might have ideas that we want to do as content, but we forget them. You'll be like, I want to do one content. Oh, now this is how you can preserve them, by writing them down. You see, writing will never go out of fashion. Writing will never ever go out of fashion. So you can preserve your ideas by writing them down, right? Keep a content journal or notes app section. I have a content journal. It was a normal journal that I had before, but I was not really using them. And I said, what am I using this thing to do? I cannot write my ideas in it. Now I have written a lot and lots and lots of ideas in my journal. If I misplace this content journal, hey God, I beg, I can cry. I can lose my mind because it has a lot of ideas. In fact, this class that we're having right now, I wrote it down in my content journal last year. Like the date is there, 2024. I wrote it down that I do it. Let me open it. I wrote it down that, I will do a free class. Okay, this is it. In December. I wrote this in around, I think, August. Okay, August 2024. In December, do a free class. A 3-day free class. I literally wrote it down. It was an idea that I had. Ending the year with skills. What you will learn. Video editing with CapCut. Basics of content creation. I also wrote Instagram optimization, social media basic, but we're not doing that. We're only doing video editing and basics of content creation, you get. And I wrote, in fact, I wrote a fee there, that fee 5K, but early bird to 5, but I later made it free, you get. But it was an idea I had. Imagine if it was just in my head, running around, running amok. I would not be here today. So I could go back to where I wrote the content and bring it out that, okay, you know what, I'm ready to do this. I mean, it was over a year ago that I had this idea and just come to fruition. That's how important your content journal can be, your ideas journal can be, because you might write down these ideas and you might not do them until later on in life, but it's important because you've written them and you have them, you get. So I mean, a lot of content I have in this my journal where I write down ideas that I have, right? So there's a quote that says, an idea written down is a post half done. Facts. The moment I write down a content idea, is that it's already easier for me to carry it out, to start shooting it. Because sometimes some people do not know how to just, begin to push themselves to start. When you write it down, you realize that, okay, you're like, okay, I can start this, I can start that. There's even a method I've started now, that whenever I write a content idea down, I write how I will shoot it. So I can say, shot 1, me waking up from bed and stretching. Shot 2, me arranging my bed. Shot 3, me picking up my toothbrush. You get, I do that now to be more, that is like to be more precise in how I want to shoot it. But you don't have to start from there, right? You can just scribble down little things in your journal so you do not forget them. So let your ideas answer common questions in your niche. Share personal lessons or experiences. You can also repurpose old content, as I've said all this already, right? You can turn tweets or reels or notes into posts. Okay, yes. So that is that about generating content ideas. That is that about generating content ideas, right? So now, scripting and storytelling. This part is also very important. This part is literally something that I know that a lot of people struggle with, right? So this is how to plan what you will say before you record, because you have to plan. You cannot just come and just start saying something in front of the camera. No, you have, even if it has been on your head, right? If you've not written it down to plan it and you did not script it well, there's no way you're able to say it fluently or flawlessly, right? So you definitely have to plan what you have to say before you record. So storytelling is the heart of memorable content. Facts, true. Storytelling is so important. I know we're not going very deep into storytelling today, but storytelling is so important. I did a content recently where I spoke about I spoke about 6 lessons I learned in my maternal and child health clinical posting journey. I don't think people notice the storytelling I used. What I mean by storytelling is that I started with, when you talk about maternal and child health, that's anything that affects a mother and a child. So the first, when I said six lessons, we did 6 units, right? 6 units in maternal and child health. Stay with me, right? Stay with me. I want to explain something. We did 6 units. So I started from, the first place I started from was the gynecology unit. What is the gynecology? Gynecology is for women, non-pregnant women that have any issues related to, maybe reproductive issues or anything related to women's health. That's gynecology. So from gynecology, the next place I went to was antenatal. That means for a woman in gynecology, they're not pregnant. So we are trying to resolve maybe any issue, maybe fibroids that's preventing them from getting pregnant. That's how I started my story, right? So from gynecology ward to antenatal ward, where she's already pregnant, or antenatal clinic where she's pregnant and checking out how her baby is. From the antenatal to labor ward, because that's where she gives birth, right? From labor ward to postnatal, because after you give birth, your baby goes to where? Postnatal ward, right? And from postnatal, I went that's neonatal, not postnatal, sorry. So after you give birth in labor ward, your baby goes to neonatal. That's for babies. Then you, as a mother, you go to postnatal. Postnatal is where they take care of women that are just giving birth and maybe have at least 1 or 2 issues. You get. So again, let me start from the beginning. From gynecology ward, I moved to antenatal ward, then to the labor ward, then to the neonatal ward for children, then to the postnatal ward. Then I moved to the family planning clinic, because after you've given birth, it is advised that after like a month or so that you have given birth, come for family planning, because it is possible for you to get pregnant again. You get. So you see that he followed a storytelling technique. I did not just write anyhow that, okay, number 1, labor ward. Number 2, family planning. No, I followed a consistent pattern, a storytelling pattern. That is why storytelling is very extremely important. I'm not sure a lot of people notice that, because when I was doing that, I was also laughing at myself that I doubt people will notice this. But people who are storytellers, who understand what storytelling actually is, will have understood that pattern. You get. So, but that's not where we're going to today, right? So your script should take them on a journey from curiosity to emotion to value. That's a very important thing about your script. It should take you on a journey, right? So scripting helps your content sound real, helps it to flow well and to stick. That is what scripting helps you to do, right? So always add a CTA. What is a CTA? It is call to action. Call to action is very important, very powerful. What is call to action? It is what tells the viewers what to do next, like, to follow, to comment, or to reflect. Let me explain call to action in simple terms, right? For instance, if I make a post, and okay, for instance, the one I just spoke about, 6 lessons I learned from my maternal and child health clinical posting journey. After everybody had read the slide and they ended at family planning clinic, the next thing you should see is, does this resonate with you? Or did you learn 1 or 2 things? Share this with your audience. So a call to action is basically you telling your audience to carry out an action on your post. So you can write it in your caption that, does this resonate with you? Share it with your audience. Or tell me 1 thing you learned. Or, this is a call to action. So you always have to put a call to action in your script or in whatever content you want to do. A call to action is a non-negotiable. You have to do that. You can say, follow for more. That's the call to action. Save this post for more. That's a call to action. Share to your story. That's a call to action. Tag somebody. That's one of the things people do, because call to action usually give you better engagement. Someone can just post maybe a write-up about sisterhood. Maybe friends turns to sister. Now be like, a friend turned sister is somebody that does this and that. Next slide. A friend turned sister is someone that is with you through thick and thin. Next slide. Blah, blah, blah. After they're done saying whatever they want to say, in the caption, they can say, tag your friend turned sister. That is a call to action. And maybe you're just scrolling normally, and you now see, and like, oh, this reminds me of my bestie, my friend turned sister. You open your comment and tag her. That is a call to action. You tagging her, she will view the post, she will increase the view, and be like, oh, thank you. Other people too will tag their friends. You get, that is a call to action. So call to action is very, very important. It's very important. So as a content creator, right, just put that word CTA, something that you should just know. Whenever someone asks you about call to action, in fact, as social media, people in social media generally should know what a CTA is, call to action, right? So it's very, very important. It's very, very important. The next thing, 3 core parts of every compelling story. This 3 core parts is what your script should have. Even if it's 10 seconds, if it's 15 seconds, these 3 core parts should be there. Should definitely be there. Number 1, the hook. Number 2, the body. Number 3, the resolution. No, that hook. No, I explain hooks, right? I explain I should grab your audience attention. Don't waste time. Don't say, I want to tell you something. No, something happened to me last week. Hey, if I tell you, you will not believe me. I promise you, I will scroll past. You are wasting my time. That's the truth. You are wasting my precious time. I don't have energy. I will scroll past. But if you just tell me straight up, I can just be like, okay, let me try to think of something. Why is fashion always coming to my head? Okay, here are 5 ways you can pair your boyfriend jeans. Save this post for more. That's one of the things you can do, right? You can put your CTA immediately after your hook, because people usually do that. You get, so you can say, here are 5. You can, maybe this is a video content, right? And you are maybe just in front of your camera, maybe you're holding your mic. Hi guys, here are 5. You don't even need to start with hi guys. You don't really need to start with hello guys. I mean, I'm used to saying hi guys, right? But it's not compulsory to start with hi guys or hello guys. You can say, here are 5 ways you can pair your boyfriend jeans. Come with me. Then you can say, 1, pair with this. 2, you get. So that hook, that first 5 seconds is very, very important. So make sure the hook is very important. First 3 seconds, right? Grab attention in the first 3 seconds. Don't waste time on boring build-up due to attention span. I mean, it's so bad that attention span nowadays is very, very low. People have low attention span, to be honest. But that it is what it is. You to adjust to ensure that you still grab their attention regardless of the low attention span. So let your hook be very attention grabbing. So as I said, tomorrow I'm putting up a post about 10 to the post is going to have about 10 to 15 attention grabbing hooks that you can use to start your content. So you guys should watch out for it. Right, I'll send you guys a link when I post it up tomorrow. So about 10 to 15 attention grabbing hooks, examples I can use to, add to the beginning of your content to help make your audience listen, to catch their attention that, okay, this person is saying something good. Now, number 2 is the body. After you have given them attention grabbing hook, you now be flat. No, that's not right. You get, you must, after you have caught their attention with your hook, make sure your body is something that builds tension or shares an important insight. Make sure you just go straight to your main point after you have grabbed their attention. Don't say, hi guys, here are 5 ways you can pair your boyfriend jeans. You know, start with. So 2 years ago, I did not know how to pair boyfriend jeans. In fact, nobody send you message. Go straight to the point. That's how to grab attention, right? So that is about the body. Then the resolution, also known as the ending. So you provide the takeaway, such as a lesson, tip, or a call to action. Save this post for more. Share it. You can say, share it to somebody you love. That thing is call to action. No, they can say, I think so, someone sent me, who was the person? The person sent me a view on Instagram, and they were like, my friend, I want you to do well in life. Before the end of this year, you will do this. It was like literally a prayer. Then they said, send this to your friend that you want to see succeed. Please, why would I want my friends to succeed? I would definitely share it. But you guys cannot know that was a call to action. You get, it is smart content creation. It was a call to, because after the person shared it to me, I can't remember the person now. I think Stephanie shares me a lot of reels. I can't remember if it was how. I don't know who sent me that reel, right? So after the person sent it to me and I saw it, I liked the post and also shared it to other friends. It's literally common. You get what I'm trying to say? It's call to action. So make sure your ending is something that has a call to action, right? Something that has a call to action that can get people's attention, that can increase your engagement. I mean, I usually measure the level of my engagement based on the shares I have. Honestly, I really measure that, because I mean, I have a lot of likes, I may have a lot of views, but that share, it means it is what sharing with others. It means it is what publicizing to others. So your call to action is what it can determine those things you get. So now, scripting does not have to be mechanical. Yes, when I mean script, I'm not saying that you should not write. Okay, you write every single thing you want to say. Hello guys, here are 5 things. No, you don't write it word for word, because you don't need to be carrying your journal and be reading it one by one, be cramming. No, you can just scribble down keywords or lines and build on them as you are speaking, right? So if I want to speak about, let me think of something. Music, for instance. Maybe I want to speak about music that, here are 5 ways to warm up your voice if you're a music person, here are 5 ways to warm up your voice. I can just write down the key 5 ways and just use, because I know about music. Again, remember, it has to be your passion. It has to be something that you resonate with, right? Something that you know, right? So you already know things about how to warm up your voice, but maybe you don't know the deep things. You can just write down the important point. Number 1, drink water. Number 2, eat cucumber. Number 3, you get. So when I now, as I've written it down as a script already, then I can just stand in front of my camera and just, okay, number 1, drink water. And I can say, number 1 is to drink water. Water is important because you just say why water is important. You get. So you don't have to just be mechanical about it. You should not look as if you're a newscaster, right? As I said here, also do not recite all the words verbatim. It's not necessary. I mean, if you're somebody that you can learn things very well, you can learn things by heart very well. That's a great one. But me, I don't know how to learn things by heart. I am very bad with it, right? So I just have to write keywords. Be sure to humanize it, as I've always said, and add emotion. So it doesn't look like you're newscasting. You're not like, hello everyone, this is news at 10. Here are the headline news. Number 1, that's not what you're doing. You are putting emotion. You are putting, all of your might into that thing to make your audience hooked, to grab their attention. So that's it about that, right? So now here's an example of a short script. Ever wondered why your videos don't get views? That is an attention grabbing hook, because yet everybody wants to know why their video are not getting views. You get, even if it is somebody that they've had views before, but they have some videos that are not doing views, so they want to watch to see that maybe that's the mistake they made that made that video not do well. So that's a very wonderful attention grabbing hook. Ever wondered why your video don't get views? Here's one simple trick to fix that. Then go straight to the point. Here's one simple trick to fix that. Make sure you turn on your post notifications. Just after you said here's one simple trick to fix that, make sure you now give them that simple fix very fast and say, try it today and tell me if it helps. So that tell me if it helps is a call to action, because they will put in the comment that, oh, thank you, I tried it, it helped. Oh, thank you. They can even share it to maybe their friends or their family, that maybe the person is a content creator and the person is complaining of low views. That is an idea of a short script. You don't need to write a lot of things like you are doing filming. You're not shooting a movie, right? So that is an idea of a short script. So before I go to filming tips for beginners, I want to know if you are here. Please, if you are still here and we are following, just give me a reaction, guys. If you are still following, I want to see our reactions. Thank you. I can see some reactions already. I want to know if we are still here, if we are still actively, participating and writing. Thank you, guys. I can see your reaction. Well done, everyone. Thank you, guys. You guys are the best. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so let's move to the next, because I don't like waste. Oh my God, it's already past 9. I want us to be done fast, because all right. This is the last agenda. The agenda. Yes, this is the last agenda. We'll soon be done. We'll definitely soon be done. Thank you, Doc. Because I like what you said. You said you are a big day jockey. You said you are active. I like that. You are active. We're all active. Thank you. So now filming tips for beginners. This is now a practical tip for those that want to film. This is the last the last agenda for today's class. The number 1 tip you should know to film is setting up your background. It's very important. The first thing to prepare before shooting is your space or your background. Where do you shoot? Like when you are shooting, what showed behind you? That is very important, right? For me, you can use any color as your background, but for me personally, I prefer white. But I've seen people that don't use white. They use maybe their sitting room as the background. They use wherever they use their curtain. For me, I prefer white. And before I moved to the room I stayed now, the place I stayed formerly, I did not have it was not painted white, right? So I had to get a white backdrop. I had to buy a white backdrop. I saved up for it and I bought a white backdrop. So I used it for some of my videos before I now moved to where I stay now. And when I was moving here, I told the man, I said, see, I'm painting it white. I am painting it. My roommate, when I moved, that was when I met my roommate. We were moving in there together. And I told her that, please, we're painting it white. And God bless her. She was like, no problem. It was money. It cost money, but we split it together. I needed the white background for my content purposes. She did not necessarily need it, but she agreed. That's just pray for good roommates in this world, right? So both of us, I painted it well because I knew that I wanted to use one aspect of that room for my content, right? So I love the white background because your light the lightning you use usually shine brighter on a white background. Well, you can use any background, trust me. You can use any kind of background. So it should not be like because you don't have a white right now, it should not stop you. No. You can use any kind of background right now to shoot your content. You can use people use beige. There's a beige background people use, the off-white, the brown. They are nice ones that you can, advance towards. But basically, I feel like one of the basics should be white, right? Then add a simple aesthetic to your background. Like I have a flower pot that I add as an aesthetic to my background. Don't overdo it, though. Don't overdo it. Don't go and add aesthetic. Only you put aesthetic. Only you put this. No. You can just add one simple thing to your background so that your background do not distract your audience. Because when too much is going on in your background, people do not focus on what you're saying, right? So you can add like flower pot frames. I see people that just add frames, or just one frame at the top of their background, and it's very nice, right? Books or something. You can just stack up books or plants, something like that. Keep it neat and minimal. Don't overcrowd the background, as I said. Remember, clean and simple always look professional. Don't overdo it. Just like to be clean and simple. I mean, there was a time that I was privileged to use a content space in Ife, right? And all I always requested to use for my background was a white background. They had a lot of other backgrounds, but I knew that white is what would work best for me. And, so that's it. So you can definitely use whatever you have right now. Provided it is not tacky, it can still fly, right? That is it. Number 2, essential filming gadgets. Yes, they are very important. So after you've worked on your background, the next thing to work on is essential filming gadgets. Some gadgets are non-negotiable for shooting good content. Number 1, you need a phone or a camera. Remember, I did not say expensive phone. I did not say iPhone 17. You just need a phone or a camera. If you have access to a camera, you can use a camera and you know how to operate it. Right, you can use that. You need a microphone. If there's someone that you want to talk to your audience, you need a microphone, right? You need a tripod stand. In fact, you might not use a microphone for now. You can use a tripod. You need a tripod stand. It is a non-negotiable, right? But if for now you cannot afford a tripod stand, you can stack your phone on books. You can try that. You can start with a mini tripod. You can try that. You get it? So nothing should stop you. But for those that you know that you can actually get it, you have the means of getting this, then these are basics. You need a phone or a camera, a microphone, and a tripod stand. These tools will help you achieve clear visuals, crisp sounds, and steady shots. Because if you're telling someone to help you use their hand to hold, it will shake. And I get irritated when I see a camera frame shaking. Usually it does something to me. Maybe if, for instance, I'm shooting that I'm walking, maybe I'm holding the camera to my face and I'm saying, hi guys, I'm going to so and so, that's fine. The camera will definitely shake. But if you are standing in front of a background and you are saying something to the audience, the camera should not shake. It should be steady. That's why you need a tripod stand, right? So, however, you can start with what you have and upgrade as you grow. I want to be very fast with this class. You can start with what you have and upgrade as you grow. Remember, consistency beats an expensive gear. So, number 2. Number 3, lighting tips. Lighting tips. Your content should be well lit, not too bright or too dark. It's very important. It should be well lit. It has to be well lit, because if you want to shoot indoor content, I mean, all right. If you want to shoot indoor content, you know that you need a source of lighting. You need a good source of lighting, right? So lighting tips, your content should be well lit, not too bright or too dark. Aim for the right balance, a clear, soft, and flattering light. LED lights are the best options for indoor filming. Yes, you can't use natural light when you're indoors. It's not possible. It can't work. Even if you have a window. I mean, except the window is very big and you stand directly in front of the window, that can still work. But when you are indoors, you use a LED light. You have to get the LED light. It's very important, right? So natural light works beautifully, as I said, but only for outdoor or daytime shoots. Good lighting instantly makes your video look professional and inviting. I can shoot at any time of the day now. There's some content I do at night, but you cannot know because my LED light is indoor and my LED light is giving me the light I need. You know, I did not mention ring lights. I did not mention ring light. I mean, I do not have anything against ring light, right? But I do not believe it is the best option for shooting content. You can use it as a supplementary light, right? But LED is the best, to be very honest. I need to be very fast. Camera positioning and framing. Keep your camera at eye level. Avoid looking down or up. Leave enough headroom. Don't cut off your head or chin. What do I mean? When you are standing in front of the camera, make sure there is space between your head and the end of your camera frame. Don't, except you are shooting something very, very close to your face. You're doing a headshot, right? But if you're doing something, even if you're doing a headshot, it should still be held headroom. Headroom is very important, right? When you are doing when you are shooting. So turn on grid lines and follow the rule of thirds for balance. There's no time. I'll have explained the rule of thirds. But I remember I told you guys I'll do a 30 days content creation challenge. A 30-day content creation challenge in November. So what I'm doing is that every day in November, from the 1st to the 30th of November, I'm going to be posting every single day. And one of the things I'll be doing on those days is tips, advanced tips in CapCut, just short things that you can learn, effects you can apply, things like this. So I'll explain rule of thirds. Because for me to explain rule of thirds, I need to actually show it how it is done with my phone. So I'll just do that. You get, so you guys will see it. I will definitely tell you guys about it when I start. So rule of thirds is very important. If you know about it, that's fine. If you can check online about it, that's also very fine. So always clean your camera lens before filming for sharper visual. That's very, very true. Clean your camera lens. Some people do not clean, and they've used their hands to touch the camera, and it's not be greasy when they are shooting. It's very, very wrong. Right? Clean your camera lens. A well-framed shot makes your content look intentional and professional. Very important. I need to run. Okay, yeah, okay, very good. This should be the last one. Every creator needs basic editing apps like CapCut for videos and Canva for design. So this part is talking about the content creation tools you can use for content creation. CapCut and Canva is the basics. They are the basics, right? So CapCut for videos and Canva for design. I know CapCut nowadays has paid plans. Like, that is very annoying. But there's a way around it. I mean, I'm not talking about the hacked version, right? You can just talk to some group of people if you have that. Okay, let one person subscribe and you can just share it. You get, it's easier that way. You get. Then Canva for design. Canva has a lot of free templates that you can use. You get. So these tools help you edit, brand, and polish your content easily. Practice regularly to get comfortable with your picture. You have to practice. If you do not practice, then there's no point. You have to always practice. As I said, the first time I opened CapCut, it was looking like Mandarin to me. It was looking very foreign to me. But it was with practice that I got very used to it. So there are still other apps like InShot and the like, but I use CapCut and I use Canva. The more you use them, the more creative and confident you become. Remember, skills grows with consistency and not just the equipment. It grows with how consistent you are. So in summary, for filming tips for beginners, great content begins with planning, right? Your space, the lighting, and all the tools, they matter, or it has to start with planning. Use clear framing and balanced lighting to maintain visual quality, right? Leverage simple editing apps like CapCut and Canva to enhance your output. Now, assignments. We've come to the end of today's class, so we've definitely come to the end of today's class. So the assignment for us now that we have, everybody has this assignment, and we are submitting by tomorrow, 6 p.m. latest in my DM, right? So I want you guys to write a short script, a short 15 to 30 second script based on this topic. 3 reasons you should attend MJ's class tomorrow. It's weird, right? But yes, I want to test to see if we have been following so far. So 3 reasons you should attend MJ's class tomorrow. So structure it using the 3-part formula that I have mentioned today: the hook, the body, and the takeaway. So don't start with, hello everybody, here are 3 reasons you should attend MJ's class tomorrow. It's not enough as an attention grabbing hook, because some people will be like, who is MJ? And what's so special about our class? You get. So you can, please, I'm begging. You don't need to use online. You don't need to use AI, right? Try to do it yourself and see if you can come up with something. Just try. I'm not grading anybody. I won't be grading that, oh, you did rubbish, you did good. No. I will definitely tell you if you did good and correct you. That's the most important thing. So you can learn and receive the correction. But I will not be publicizing that, oh, this person did this or did that. You get just for me to know that you have gained something in today's class so far. So a short script that you can do based on this topic. Structure it using the 3-part formula shared in today's class: the hook, the body, and the takeaway, and submit it in my DM before 6 p.m. tomorrow. So, I mean, if we've been following today's class and if we've been taking notes, right, you should know that it is very easy to do something like this. And I said it's just 15 to 30-second script. You don't need to set a timer, right? You just know that whatever I have written is enough. There's no, as I said, there's no need to use AI for this. You can just try your best. Just try whatever it is you can try. You will know that the moment you do this yourself and you can submit it, you are good to go. You are good to go. Because we usually use AI, right, for things. AI is not bad. It's a very good tool. Remember I mentioned Gemini AI, that you can use it to do some things on Canva, right? You can use it, but you cannot. You should not just copy and paste exactly what you are seeing. When you know what you are doing, AI is only profitable or beneficial to people that know what they are doing. When you know what you are doing and you are great at what you are doing, you only use AI to refine, to correct some errors, to correct some typography. But you will not use AI as your basis. You understand? So everybody should try this and submit it in my DM before 6 p.m. tomorrow. Best of luck, guys. So we have come to the end of today's class. Honestly, I didn't expect it to go this long, honestly. I will send the assignment. Rachel, I'll send the assignment to the group for us to see. I'll send the assignment to the group. So yes, so for tomorrow, we're learning how to import and organize. Tomorrow, we're using CapCut. So I'll be, sharing a screen recording of how to do certain things on CapCut, right? We'll learn how to import and organize clips, to cut, trim, add some transition, add text, caption, music, and all of that. We'll learn the basic of CapCut so that when you open CapCut for the first time, it will not look like Chinese to you, you get? So that's basically what we're doing tomorrow. So before I go, the final quote for today is, content grows when you create and not when you wait. This is why I've given you an assignment to go and create a short script. So thank you so much, guys, for today's class. I didn't expect it to be this long, but thank you so much for today's class. I mean, I appreciate you guys for staying this long. You guys are still here till now. And for the Christians among us, there's church tomorrow and all of that. So thank you so much, guys. Oh, okay. Praise. Thank you for screenshotting that. Thank you so much, guys, for today's class. I really appreciate you guys for staying back. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions from today's class, and I would answer it accordingly. Also, please, like we did yesterday, please drop your reviews on today's class on the group, it can be on the Telegram chat or on the WhatsApp group. I've opened the group for everybody to to drop our reviews. I really appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much, guys. I really hope we've learned a thing or two today, because I believe today's class was really, really value packed. There were a lot of things that I was dishing out, because this is content creation proper. If by now it is confusing or something, then you should know that more things are coming, right? It will only get better. That's all I can say. Well, thank you guys for joining today's class, and I really, really appreciate you guys for sticking by me, for staying this long. And I hope after today's class, we are better content creators. We have known what it means to create content. We know how it is to do scripting and storytelling and the basics of shooting videos. So thank you guys so much. God bless you and have a great evening. Bye.